Ladies and gentlemen, it's Tito Clock. So please welcome your host, James Deacon.
Hello, everybody. That's me. What's up, peoples? Where are you? How are you? Should I say, how are you first? Oh my God, look at Mayan. Ang bilis. Did you see that? Parang may schedule na yan si Mayan. I think she does a computerized schedule for the comments. I'm sure she doesn't. Hi, Mayan. Hi, guys. Hi, Dan. Hi, Rennie. Hi, Pao. Wow, all the regulars are here. Look at that. It is jam-packed. We've got quorum. Let me just see who else is out there before we get started. Maria, Andrea. Oh man, I'm so cool to see these. Let me just read through a few. Raymond Badeo, Maria Andrea Mendoza, Sarah Saasa. Where's Rocket? He's over there. Rocket is somewhere. He's not on duty till raffle time, so he's very strict about his hours. They've got new Dole rules for dogs and stuff. And he's got his own managers. So he's pretty painful about things. He's a bit of a diva. Yeah, we don't push these buttons. We just let him do the raffle and that's it. And he's raffling off the gas today. And normally he just gives gas for free, but it's the other type of gas, the natural gas after he eats. But this time he's giving away Patron gas. So that's coming up later on in the show. He'll be pulling that out for everybody and raffling it off. All right, so we've got oh look, Abby's tuned in, Era X. She says hi to you, and who else is there? We got all right. We can't go through everybody because there's just a lot of people to go through. So what we'll do first is we will start as we normally do because we still have quite a bit to get through, and including that raffle at the end. So let's kick things off with the latest in headlines, and for that we need Chris. Chris, what you got for us?
Yes, hi, Tito James. Good afternoon and happy Friday, everybody. Now we're about to approach the weekend once again, and I give you today's headline. Health authorities said that the Philippines will continue to use the COVID-19 vaccine developed by British-Swedish firm AstraZeneca after several countries suspended its use due to concerns over blood clots. Denmark, Iceland, Norway, and Italy halted AstraZeneca vaccinations over fears the shot could be linked to blood clots. The Department of Health and Food and Drug Administration said there is no reason to halt the use of AstraZeneca vaccine in the country as benefits of vaccination continue to outweigh risks. The government began last week administering AstraZeneca shots obtained at the COVAX facility to health workers. More doses of the vaccine from the World Health Organization-led initiative are expected to arrive in the country. Many local governments and private firms also signed supply deals with the manufacturer. The AstraZeneca shot, developed in partnership with the University of Oxford, was found to be 70% effective on average. Senator Joel Villanueva filed Senate Bill number 2093 this week, expanding the list of prohibited discriminatory acts against women under the Labor Code. Specifically, the amendments to the proposed labor code would prohibit the following: favoring a male employee over a female employee with respect to assignment and dismissal or retrenchment solely on account of their sexes, denying women the benefits of employment or statutory benefits by reason of their sex. Discriminatory acts already banned under the labor code are as follows: favoring a man over a woman with respect to work of equal value, promotion, training opportunities, study and scholarship grants, denying any female employee benefits provided for under the labor code, discharging or denying benefits of women employees on account of pregnancy and related situations. Employers who attempt or perpetrate any of the acts prohibited, in addition to other penalties as may be provided by law upon conviction, be punished by a fine of up to 50,000 pesos, the bill reads. Netflix Incorporated is testing a feature that asks viewers to verify they share a household with the account holder. The move could lead to a clampdown on sharing of passwords. Some Netflix users are receiving a message asking them to confirm they live with the account owner by entering details from a text message or email sent to the owner. Viewers can delay the verification and keep watching Netflix. A Netflix spokesperson said this test is designed to help ensure that people using Netflix accounts are authorized to do so. Netflix, the world's largest streaming service, constantly tests new features with users, and it is unclear if the household verification requirement will be implemented more widely. The Netflix terms of service say that users of an account must live in the same household, though the company and other streaming services have declined to broadly crack down on sharing. Ken, Barbie doll's long-term companion, turned 60 on Thursday, March 11, celebrating the milestone birthday with a return to his original look. Toy maker Mattel has recreated a version of the first Ken doll, dressed in red swimming trunks, sandals, and carrying a yellow towel on his shoulder. Ken, who was named after the son of Mattel founders Elliot and Ruth Handler, first met Barbie on the set of a television commercial in 1961. Over the years, he has had multiple makeovers as well as careers ranging from a firefighter to barista, as well as in a wheelchair. He now counts 9 skin tones, 3 body shapes, 10 eye colors, and different hairstyles and hair types. Ken has also been styled by designers Dapper Dan and Tan France, as well as Belruti creative director Chris Van Asche, in various outfits for the occasion. Those were today's headlines, and now here's Tita James, and we're going to talk about the inbox.
And that's what we like. All right, what's up there? What you got?
Yeah, we got a lot of cool stuff right now. The first one is called the customized ramp. Let's see that photo.
Oh,
there we go.
All right. What? Wow. Okay. Can you zoom that in a little bit next? Whoa, that is a wow. Okay. All right.
Cool.
Okay. I'm not sure how to feel about this. This is this actually on the? No, it's still on the driveway naman. No, it's not naman eating into the sidewalk.
No.
Parang no. Yeah, that.
Parang hindi naman.
That is strange. Wow. Okay. All right. See something new every day. At least it's not breaking the law, or at least it doesn't look like it from here.
Yeah.
So
hindi naman, it doesn't eat up so much space, I think.
Parang naman. I mean, as long as you're not eating that. Yeah. I mean, if that's his actual driveway, like I'm looking at the one on the left there, the driveway of the other gate. So he's still pantay with, what would be his driveway. He's just elevating. Baka baha. Feeling ko baha yung area na. Yeah. And
maybe.
If you've ever lived in a baha area, you'll relate.
I've lived in area. Yeah. Umiiwas sa baha si Kuya or si Ma. Anyway.
Next
cool
up.
Ramp. Next up, we have the how to tow an illegally parked tow truck.
I think I know this one. Yeah. Kulit nito.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, this guy this dude here called these guys out, rightfully so. Do you know what road this is? Was it Commonwealth, or do you remember? It's like one of those main roads, and there's a dedicated bike lane, and these two jerks here. Look at that. How are they? Look, they literally eat the entire bike lane. Look at the biker that has to go around them now on public roads. On I don't know what road that is, but that looks like a main road. That's a 4-lane road. Yeah, my God.
Yeah, not sure then where that is. Nawalan tuloy ng space ang mga bikers.
And it's also the sense of, I guess, either entitlement or ignorance. I'm not sure what's worse, that these guys will park there. Sila panggalit, ha? Sila panggalit. In fact, in his video, lumabas pa sila. They started making him and then he cut it off.
Oh yeah.
Like they amon, like, I don't know mo job.
Talaga?
Oh yeah, and he cut it off. There's 2 videos, and the first video he was narrating his experience from this angle that we're looking at now. So he was taking a selfie mode exactly like this, and then from the passenger or both sides, the driver and the passenger side, 2 guys jumped out, and then they said something, and his phone went down, and then it got cut off. It really looked like sila panggalit. And I've had so many experiences with tow trucks, armored cars, and stuff like that. They really feel that they're. They really do. They feel they're above the law, and they're not. Armored car
might be Congressional Avenue extension now.
Yeah, well, Yeah, the irony,
Ay
Nako.
nako, mga kuya. Ayos tayo.
I guess you can move on the time, move on.
Let's move on. Let's move on to the next one. The next one is called Safety First ni Kuya Tricycle.
Wow, I thought for a second, at first glance, it was a McDonald's tricycle. I was like, oh, that's cool. It's got
Oo
golden
nga,
arch.
no?
Yung pala, it's
It
just
did look like
okay.
a McDonald's price.
Well, this is a guy that just wants to be really safe. Oh, good on you, Kuya.
Very,
I
very
respect
safety
that.
kuya.
Even though it's totally unnecessary. I would rather see that than the opposite that they normally do,
Yes,
where they're on a motorcycle without one. So good job, Kuya.
that's
Even though
true.
you look a little silly, you're better than the other kamotes on the road.
Oo. Nag-effort si kuya para maging safe for
Oo.
himself and for everyone.
Malay mo, it's a
Okay.
COVID thing.
Yeah, maybe also. Yes. Kasi hindi maiwasan. There are other back riders. So, I guess he was also being safe with the virus. Okay,
Okay.
up next, we have the full body wash. Let's see it. There we
Oh,
go.
full body wash. Have they
Very,
posted? I
very
didn't post.
refreshing.
No, you gotta send this to me separately after X because I gotta post these things. These are too funny. Well, this one's this. So
Baka hindi pa nakaligo si kuya.
yeah, I can see a perfect hashtag. Sana all. No?
Sana all fresh.
Sana all. Hindi lang yung kotse. Sana pati si Kuya. That's funny. All right.
Fresh na fresh. All right, last one we have is the Falling for You. I just saw this afternoon. So, there we go.
Wait.
Yan.
Oh! I'm the only one that hears that song in my head. I guess only TikTokers will know this. Oh no! Oh no! No!
Oh
No! No!
no.
No! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! 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 Oh my God! This is too. This.
Very, ano na
I,
yan?
I
Yan
should
yung
not
magiging,
laugh.
that's what's gonna make
But
it
it was
memorable. Moments like these in a
you
wedding.
know, if I was the husband, I would have said, well, what can I say? I'm falling for you talaga. Naks!
Di ba? Yan tayo.
Ah!
Benta yun, Tito James. I love it.
Oh no, jokes, Tito jokes.
Ayan o, literally falling with each other, sabi ni Peter.
Falling for each other, yon. Falling for each other. So there you
Ayan.
go. Thank you
Congratulations
so
to the
much.
newlyweds. Yes,
You
thank you
have
so much, Tito James. Yes,
You have
you
yourself
too.
a
Have a
good
wonderful weekend. Yes, everybody stay
Bye.
safe, stay healthy, and hydrated. And don't be comates.
It's a kamote free zone over here at Tito Clock. So yeah, no kamotes. Or if you do, just keep it on your plate, not on the roads, right? All right. So that was Chris with the latest in headlines, and I forgot to share this really good news, at least from our end. Am I coming in? Yeah. What's I?
Good.
You could hear me the whole time. Okay, good, because I kind of just noticed that there was a button being pressed, and all right, as long as you can hear me, that's cool. Yeah, I forgot to share some good news. Some of the good news that we got right before we went into there. It was kind of muted. Now we're in a different mic. Now I'm super muted. Really?
Yeah.
How about my voice?
Very mahina. Sobra.
How about now?
Better.
Okay. All right. So I got kind of sidetracked there for a second. What was I going to say? Good news. The good news is just before we went on air, it was we just got a notification that the page has finally been restored. Right, X? What's that? What are you doing? So yeah, we've got finally, after 3 months, it is now the page quality is back to green, and we are finally without any restrictions or violations. So still can't advertise, but that's okay. We don't normally do the boosts of posts and stuff like that, so that's okay. But apparently That's it. Done our time. And the regulars will know how painful that was because, for the first part of it, it was very, 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 I just couldn't understand it. And I still don't, but this is just the way it is right now. So no point getting completely crazy over it. This is what we're dealing with. This is social media nowadays. You're going to get caught sometimes with the algorithm. You're going to get caught sometimes. It's going to be imperfect. And moving forward, this is how it's going to be for all AI. We're going to experience these little subtleties, and I wouldn't even call it subtle, because what we're dealing with here is the lack of nuance. AI has not been able to understand nuance yet. Context. These are things that are still, I guess they have to learn. And I don't know if they will be able to get it like humans get it. So these are the things where we're moving forward. We're going to see more and more of these types of problems. So we got caught with it, did our time. We'll try our best to make sure that it doesn't happen again. But there you go. At least now we can reach more people, and it's almost back to normal. So phew, we can breathe. We can breathe. We can breathe. All right. So there we go. That was that. And now we have the part of our Tito Clock tradition every Friday is we do a segment that we call Free Plug Friday. And it's been jam-packed for the last few weeks because people have been sending in their stuff like that, especially the small businesses. So this is what we've got in the box. X, take it away, X.
Hi, Tito James. We actually have a lot in store once again, but before we go there, I just want to say hi to all of Tito Clockers. Welcome to another edition of Free Plug Friday. All right, feast your eyes on the screen. Let's start this Free Plug Friday the right way with coffee. Kape Filipino is actually a passion project that transpired during the lockdown by an architect whose long dream was setting up a coffee shop to promote local coffee and at the same time help the local farmers. What do you think about it, Tito James?
I bet this idea has been brewing for quite some time. Tito joke!
Oh gosh, at the start.
Kulang sa kape.
Kulang ka pa sa kape. Anyways, Tito James, what they sent in are their gift boxes made out of reusable and locally made native boxes. So the gift boxes can come with either a drip type of coffee or beans that can be grounded depending on your preference. Which flavor did you like the most, Tito James? Which one did you like the most?
Well, the Mount Apple one was nice. That was really good.
Actually, that's true. Apart from the flavors Tito James just mentioned, they also have Sagada Arabica, Barako, Robusta, Kalinga, to name a few. Price starts at 170 pesos for 250 grams of coffee and 24 pesos per piece of drip coffee. Hope you guys can check them out. Cup Filipino on Facebook and Instagram. Next, we go to Sweet Tooth. Sweet Tooth sent in their signature 4-cheese burger, casserole pasta, and some homemade pimiento and mini tea cashew cookies. How did you find the casserole pasta, Tito James? I saw Rocket begging again. Oh, God.
It was funny because it tasted like, parang cheeseburger talaga, like a nice, classy cheeseburger. It had that taste, but it's pasta,
It's good for sharing, too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, if you put this on a party, it's very safe for sort of everybody. It's one of those things that everyone will enjoy, kids to adults.
For sure. Too bad I couldn't try the casserole pasta since I don't eat beef, but I did try the cheese pimiento, and it was a perfect companion to this bag of plain chips that I had lying around. So that was pretty good. Hope you guys can check them out. Price starts at 480 pesos for an 8x8 4-cheese burger casserole and 320 pesos for 500 grams of cheese pimiento and 190 pesos for the cashew cookies. Hope you can check them out. Sweet Tooth on Facebook and Instagram. Next, we go to Love Parties PH. Love Parties PH is actually a home-based business who specializes in wedding candles made out of twine from Albay and personalized souvenirs such as hand sanitizers for different occasions. These are pretty cool, Tito James, considering that it's a homemade business and it's actually being used for things like weddings, etc. These personalized hand sanitizers are pretty much, looks like it's really made out of love, passion, and dedication. Anyway, guys, hope you can check them out on Facebook and Shopee.
Yeah, let me just give you a quick tip. If it's not you, if you have a friend that likes candles, they can never have enough of them.
That's true, Tito
Have you
James.
noticed that?
Yes.
Yeah. It's one of those things that you'll just all subtle different flavors.
That's true, Tito James.
Mm.
Anyway, guys, hope you can check them out. Love Parties on Facebook and Shopee. They deliver nationwide.
Nobody holds a candle to these guys.
Nobody holds cannabis. That's a good one.
Eat the joke.
Again, part 2. Oh my God, strike 2 already. Next, ladies, if you want to try something that offers durability, affordability, and comfort, you might want to give Marife Footwear PH a try. So Marife Footwear PH offer everything from flats, sandals, different colors, shapes, and sizes. So a little backstory, Tito James. This shoe brand was actually inspired by the late grandfather of the owner, and this is her way of honoring his memory.
Wow, okay. Continuing the tradition and stuff. So
Well,
they have like this tradition of shoemaking in their family, or
she just actually made it because she wanted to honor her late grandfather.
oh, that's nice. That's really nice. It's got a storyline to it as well. So I hope you can support them.
Price starts at 450 pesos for the flats and 550 pesos for the heels. Again, Marife Footwear Philippines on Facebook and Instagram. Last but not the least, we go to Marimo M&L. So Marimo M&L offers these moss balls. These moss balls are actually a form of algae found in countries like Japan, Iceland, and Estonia that symbolizes undying love.
We,
Guess why?
because it just grows on you, like.
Well, because they don't die.
Okay. I was gonna say. All right, okay, that makes more sense.
Because it doesn't die unless you dehydrate it on purpose. But this thing literally will stay with you far longer than most relationships will. Shade.
All right.
Right. It's time for a Tito joke. Kala mo, Tito James. Ikaw lang
Kalma
pwede.
ko lang, ha?
Pwede rin ako mag-joke. Anyway, guys. Apart from it symbolizing undying love, it also symbolizes good luck. So, anyways, guys, they sent us a kit which is like basically had all these ingredients all together. All you have to do is just put them. There's actually a step-by-step guide that makes it pretty easy to set this up on your own. How did you find it, Tito James? It even
I'm
has a
loving
light.
it. I love the whole concept of it. I mean, it's so new, so it has to grow on me. There's another one.
That's a good one.
All right, but there's I like the idea of this living thing that you can't kill, because I've killed a lot of plants in my place, and this is it. This is my chance now.
This is your chance, Tito James, to
Being a
redeem
plant
yourself.
parent.
The good news is, guys, you only need to water this or change this water every 2 weeks, and that's about it. You don't even need to put it out in direct sunlight because it actually prefers indirect sunlight or away from it. So guys, hope you check them out. A basic Marimo package starts at 800 pesos. Again, Marimo Manila on Facebook and Instagram. Well, that's all we have for this week's edition of Pre-Plug Friday. Stay safe and always sanitize, Tito Clockers. This is X. Peace out. Happy weekend. Bye. Woohoo!
All right. Yeah, video, of course. Yeah, we need video because that's pretty awkward without video. Hello, everybody. We're back. That's Free Plug Friday. And if you've got anything that you'd like to sort of share with us for Free Plug Friday and you want yourself, your business to be promoted for free, just pop a message over to @Deaconitis. You can see that scrolling on the bottom of your screen. And X will take care of that straight away and schedule you as soon as possible. Obviously, there are a lot of people who are lining up for it, but you know what? Every now and again, something happens and you get lucky and you can jump the queue if somebody pulls out or whatever. So it's still good to have pop a message over to X if you want. And that is basically just something to kickstart the local economy. It's something that we would like to just a little initiative to sort of help this just move money around. That's all. Because, well, now that we're going back into a curfew, hindi naman siguro lockdown, so it's not, but still, people are still just getting back on their feet, so we still want to continue this for as long as we can. That's basically Free Plug Friday for you. Okay, moving on. Before we do the raffle, a couple of things that I wanted to share with you. One is that there is an exhibit. I don't know if you guys have ever. We had Dindy Gallardo on the show a few months back. Dindy was a former Miss Universe candidate, and she has this particular style of video blogging that's really refreshing, really unique. She does cooking, but she tells stories, not necessarily about the ingredients or anything like that. She will tell a story while she's cooking, and she has this great vlog on YouTube. And now she's doing an art exhibit in Connecticut Street in Green Hills East. So there is a gallery over there, and if you want to check it out, it's open from now or tomorrow until the 18th of April. So I just promised that I would send a shout out, because if you are into art, I suggest you check that out. The other thing is, we have, a lot of you might remember when we featured the residents of Tryon Towers in BGC. The reason we did this was because there's an ongoing cat catastrophe brewing over there, and excuse me. So there's this ongoing problem with the cats. Now, this is not the first time that they've had this type of problem in that area. Many of you might remember the Shangri-La BGC fiasco that happened in 2018, around about the same time of year. And the reason is basically RLC Residences, which is the developer of Tryon Towers and is managed by Colliers, is removing the cats. And of course, there are some residents there. Quite a lot of residents are very, very concerned. Now, I don't understand the whole situation myself. I don't live in BGC, but I do know that animals have rights. And all the people are asking for here, all the concerned residents are asking for, is to be transparent and to work with the stakeholders here. Don't just take matters into your own hands, like what happened with the Shangri-La before. They took matters into their own hands. They hired an extermination company. The cats went missing, and the residents freaked out. And it became a worldwide trending issue. And that is not even an exaggeration. I met with the former PR of that during the time. So she had already left. And when they were telling me the story about that whole time, it was hell. It was pure hell. It was the biggest PR nightmare for the Shangri-La. So to go for round 2 in just 3 years, I can't understand it. So if you are one of these developers involved in this, I suggest you speak to your stakeholders and come to some kind of an agreement with them, with Kara, with Paws. Just do it properly. That's all they're asking for. Is they need your help, because the cats can't speak for themselves. So if you are an animal lover, I do suggest, highly recommend that you go over to the page, whether you're listening to it now and you go to the Facebook page, the main page, and check the post that I posted about it. It's a bit lengthy, but if you are wanting to get involved, it gives you all the information you need to. This is not something we're trying to wage war with people. We're not trying to use social media to bully, even if these are big developers and stuff like that. We're just asking for them to work with the stakeholders and to be transparent about the relocation program, if that's really the best solution. At the end of the day, you cannot just make that decision on your own. If you are a developer and you're making it based on your own set of circumstances, your own advantages and disadvantages, you have to consider the cats in there. Remember, a lot of times these cats communities were there even before you were. So we really do have to learn to share that community. And there are people who are already taking responsibility for those cats within BGC. So a lot of these residents are already paying for what they call the TNBR. That's the trap, neuter, vaccinate, and then release. Now, the TNBR program, I only learned about it when we had that podcast a couple of weeks back. And it is a very effective program in dealing with stray cats. So the misconception is, if, like me, I didn't understand this whole program before. I'm an animal rights, not activist, but I will stand up for them. But even I didn't understand this program. And once it was explained to me, it's a very self-policing type of system. It's a very organic way of dealing with it, because when you trap, neuter, vaccinate, and release, what ends up happening is the cat community take care of themselves. So they will keep the population down by default, because cats are very territorial, and they will make sure that they keep those numbers down to a manageable level. Because obviously, I was also thinking, well, if you leave them alone, don't they just breed? Apparently not. Well, definitely not if you neuter them as well. And then also, they will control the rodent population and other types of things that you may or may not think about. So there's a whole ecosystem around this. It's not just people who can afford fancy apartments that we have to think about. Okay, I know that that's where the developers are probably coming from, but it's more than that, all right? And you cannot just take that as the higher ground or take that as priority just because money's involved or tenants are complaining and stuff like that. There are people that you need to work with in order to do this responsibly. So I do urge the people of RLC, the people of Colliers, the people who are involved in this, trying to get these cats removed from the area, just work with the proper groups, the proper organizations, and speak to the concerned residents. They are stakeholders in here. Please just make sure that you do that properly and respect the animals' rights. That's all we're asking for. And you can have your voices heard if you just simply go to the Facebook page, or this Facebook page in particular, because it's over there, and all of the numbers and email addresses and Facebook pages that you need to contact are there. Again, we're not trying to bully. We just want our voices heard, and we want the cats to get a fair shake at this, right? That's all. I mean, like I said, I'm not an animal activist, or I love animals, but it's not about that. It's about people just doing what they want based on their own set of circumstances and agenda and motives. You can't just do that. I mean, it's like saying, well, the tree was blocking my view, and you don't just cut it down, do you? You have to go and get a DENR permit, right, for that. It's the same thing with cats. It's the same thing with dogs. They have rights. They are protected by the Republic Act. And you just have to make sure that you work with them and the sensitivities of the communities. It's not just about the law. It's also about working within your community. Remember, these whole developments in BGC and anywhere else, they're creating a lifestyle, a community. And you want to make sure that as a developer, you set a certain set of values that you want to have as guiding principles for your residents, for your development, for your brand. It doesn't look good if you're taking matters into your own hands and you're not listening to the concerned residents who are there trying to protect the cats and ignoring them. That doesn't help you in any way, shape, or form. It also doesn't help if you use an animal rights activist as your endorser when you're going to continue to do this. You're not doing her any justice either. I'm not sure if she knows this, but I'm not going to call out anymore by name because this is not the goal of this. It's not to name and shame or embarrass. The goal here is just to get things done properly so that the cats are given a fair treatment, and so are the residents. So RLC, if you can just please listen to your residents and not let this escalate any further, because nobody's going to win with this if we take it all the way, like what the Shangri-La did last time. Go and ask them. Just go. They're right across the street from you. They're in the same city. Just go tap on the door, ask to speak to somebody who was there during 2018 when that catastrophe happened, and ask them what advice they would give you. I would guarantee you they would tell you to just work with the local community and make sure you give the cats a humane treatment. That's all. There you go. So I just wanted to share that because I think that's very, very super important. Apparently we've got more than just the raffle of the gas today. Apparently one of our Free Plug Friday people, the one who came in, was this last week, right, X? Where they had the panizza, and this is the yummy 4-cheese pizza. It is so delicious. It is really, really good. I ate almost all of it entirely on my own, and we're giving away 5 pizzas. Is that 5 pizzas to 5 people, X? All right, and we're going to have that delivered too? All right, so it's delivered, and it is fresh, and it's hot, and it's beautiful. I really enjoyed this pizza, I gotta say. So that 5 people up for grabs for that, and we've also got 2,000 worth of fuel as well. So let's go, and you're gonna draw out from Instagram as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So while X is getting all that ready, you can get that all up and running, and then we can go and do a little bit more to save the cats while you're doing that. Oh, another thing, another topic that I wanted to, while we're waiting for the raffle. A lot of people have been asking me about, there's the Bong Nebriha incident with, who's the other colonel again? Oh, it's, name escapes me. I kind of missed it because we were still under that shadow ban we just got released today, and so I kind of missed the news, but I read a little bit of it, and it's basically that drama between Colonel Bong and this other colonel who's also a motorcycle. Who? Say it again. Wasita. Okay. And basically the issue is he's a motorcycle rights activist as well, and he's a vlogger as well as colonel. And he called out the MMDA for basically falsely pulling over a couple who were on a bike, and the girl wasn't wearing the proper footwear. His argument was, here we go. And it's getting kind of ugly, right? So his argument is that the passenger doesn't have the same rule as the rider. I'm not 100% sure. I can't. I'll have to go through Republic Act 4136 to make sure, but it doesn't. I can see where he's coming from, but the problem is, now they're at it. They're at it together, and they're getting this big fight, and they're all asking, so whose side are you on? I think I don't want to take sides on this per se, because, as I said, I don't know all of the details. I just skimmed through it just before the podcast, and I like Colonel Bong. I think Colonel Bong does a great job, and of course, who doesn't make mistakes? We all do. But I think he's on the right track. He's got the right heart for it, and but I also see where the other guy's coming from, because sometimes his major point was, and he's not the only one that's come up with this recently. They say that you can contest your ticket. I agree, but the amount that what has to happen for you to contest your ticket successfully is already a penalty in itself. It's a bigger penalty than just paying the fine. And so a lot of people just pay the fine because it costs them more money to skip work, to go to the hearing, to pay for the gas, to pay for all the expenses that they're going to do just to get to that hearing. And then half the time, usually the officer doesn't show up. So even if they win, they lose. And that's what I think the argument is here. So that's one thing that they need to address without actually getting into the nitty-gritty of this actual case, right? Because chinelas on a motorcycle is not good. You shouldn't be doing that. Whether it's in the rules and in the law that the passenger has to wear it, like I said, I'll have to double check that. I don't want to go out there and just say something that I'm not 100% sure of. But what really frustrates me, I'll be very honest, my whole takeaway of this is not necessarily this particular case. It's like, guys, how can you be this strict over silly, not silly, because, footwear is important. But how can you be this strict with things like this? I've seen the nonstop hassling of motorcyclists with checkpoints and motorcycle barriers and all the kalokohans that they put on them, the doble placas and all this kind of jazz, right? And so they are amongst the most, if not the most discriminated set of road users that we have out there. And please, I know that some people are going to say, yeah, but they're all undisciplined. Not all of them. A lot of them are, yes, but we cannot just paint them all with the same brush. And the thing is, if you treat them all like that, even the disciplined ones will become undisciplined soon, because they're being treated like criminals. And if you're treated like a criminal, it's not going to be long before you start acting like a criminal. My point that I was trying to get at is that instead of picking on all these people, how can it be so that you can do that? But then I've lost count of the amount of vlogs that are on YouTube and Facebook of law-breaking motorcyclists that are showing themselves doing 200 kilometers an hour on the Peoplex, on the SLX, SETEX, etc. And they're publishing this. They're literally rubbing everybody's faces into these highly illegal and dangerous acts that actually put other people at risk, not just themselves. How come, I need to know this, how come that's okay? How come nobody's picking on these people? How come none of either the MMDA, the LTO, I know the MMDA is difficult for them because of jurisdiction, right? They can only if it's online, it might not be in their jurisdiction, but LTO, MMDA, these guys posting themselves like driving like idiots, they're all over the place. I'm not kidding. I get sent these vlogs like 5, 6, 7, 8 times a day of people just sending these vlogs of people just being grossly irresponsible. But the thing is, they're bragging about it. It's the actual violator that's posting it, going, look at this, look at me, I'm so cool, etc. And we just don't even, the authorities don't pay any attention. and then later on you get picked on for the tiniest thing. That's where I think we need to address that. We really need to address that, because this kind of nitpicking and stuff like that's going on between Colonel Bong and the other colonel, it's I think there's something much deeper there that needs to be addressed, is what I'm saying. All right, kind of got that off my chest. I want to show you this. Look at that. Because that's the moss that we showed in Pre-Flood Pride. You see the red? That's when you press the light on top. So that's my moss ball thingy that I keep on the desk now. And there you go. I just wanted to show that to you. All right, X, how is your thing going? How is the raffle choo-choo going? We're good? Okay, good, because we have a small issue here with power supply. We won't be lasting very long on this. So I've got to run this, and we might not be able to get all the way through till 6. I'm just warning you about that. So let's do the raffle first. For that, I need, let me just do my, I know what to do. This is what we'll do. Ready? I'm going to get him. All right, Rocket here. You got a job to do, Rocket. You know what to do. You got to share your gas. That's what you got to do. Ooh, I think you let some gas go right now. Okay, Rocket, you know how to do. You know what to do, right? See it? First, you look at the camera, look at everybody, say, "Hi, everyone," and you press that button. You're so sungit today, huh? He growled. He growled when I picked him up. What's comfort here? This is good. Oh, 80 Santiago. Stuffed toy talaga. You're right. He is like a stuffed toy. We call this rocket fuel. Besana. Besana's the winner, Rocket. Yeah. Okay. I can see you're very excited about that. All right. So those are our winners. Thank you to Rocket for that. Say, I think everyone just wants to see you one last time, Rocket. Hi, everyone. What's up, yo, guys? So if you won, congratulations to you. If you didn't, well, better luck next week. Don't worry. We will definitely have our raffle prize next week again. I got to pretty much wrap it up because we have a small issue here with the power supply, and I can't find basically my charger for my laptop, and it's now on like 3%. I don't want to cut off rudely, so what we'll do is we'll end it now so that we don't actually have that very abrupt cutoff later on. So till then, guys, take care of yourselves. Always sanitize. Be kind to one another. We'll see you again next week for Tito Clock. Bye for now.
Fancy meeting you in my internet. Couldn't help but notice your smile while everybody else around us is surfing about. Can we just stop and chat a while? Get away from these gray and boring, lonesome days of our quarantine. Early yet to say what lies ahead. It's just the first day of the rest of our lives. Love could be waiting at the end of this quarantine. Let's stop and talk a while. Let's stop and talk a while.